Continuous authentication allows users with the security admin role to require step-up multi-factor authentication or reauthentication via single sign-on before accessing sensitive data. These policies can be applied to specific tables or data classes. To access Continuous Authentication, or CA, users must activate the CA plugin, as well as elevate their role to a CA admin. A ServiceNow Vault or Zero Trust Access license is also required. Single sign-on is one of the options to ensure identity providers are configured to use continuous authentication. From the list view, select your active identity provider. Then select the Continuous Authentication tab. Here, the Continuous Authentication Configured option is selected. The Continuous Authentication Consumer URL has been added, and the script has been pre-configured. Configuration changes are also required on the identity provider side to include the CA Consumer URL. This script can be modified if needed. On the Continuous Authentication landing page, you see a high-level view of your continuous authentication usage across the platform. Metrics shows details on policies and usage. Properties is where you enable continuous authentication. You can enable debugging to help troubleshoot issues related to continuous authentication and customize session lengths for both high-assurance sessions created at login, as well as after authentication. When looking at policies, there are two methods used to label protected data: data classification and table. In this policy, we use the data classification type, which pulls in any tables that are part of the classification. Let's create a new policy that will protect the user multi-factor table. For the resource type, select Table. And for our table, select User Multi-Factor Authentication. Save and activate. As you can see, ACLs will be automatically created after the policy is saved. Note that any system-related tables cannot be added to a CA policy. Attempting to do so will create a warning. In the Operations column, we see the types of operations that users will not be able to perform unless they reauthenticate. Now we can see what this looks like from the user's perspective. Users that try to access this table will be prompted to reauthenticate. This user is prompted to sign in by their identity provider, Okta. When signed in, they are now able to see the table. To learn more, see our product documentation or knowledge base, or ask a question in the ServiceNow community.